Test, 1, 2, 3. What is going on out there? What is going on out there in this great unveiling? It's been a fast and furious rise over the last 2 to 3 months, no doubt. So I thought I would jump online today and just try to make some sense of it all. Try something different and have a little cacao ceremony. Kia ora. Man, where do we start? So much has gone on. And go back to the 11/11/11 on November the 11th. December was a massive. January was massive, more massive than anything any of us have ever seen. September, Beth Trott, Victoria, Tommy Davidson. Yeah. You know, as much as we can say to each other, I think it's what we just know about what we've personally gone through, that there's some type of relationship or connection. You could call it telepathy or intuition or awareness. We're all starting to understand it is an inside game. We've got nothing left to prove because we've tried to prove everything outside of ourselves to gain a false confidence, you know, trying to validate from the outside. But now we're on the inside looking outside, as within, without. We have reached a level of embodiment that has reached the atomic level, that operates just as the atom in so many ways. You could even call it the original trinity, the original component of this realm that we share, of this existence that we share. It's got three elements. It's got the proton, the electron, and the neutron, and 99% of it is the space in between, and that is the Mother Goddess and Father God in some way. 44 in the house. So there's many, many trinities that can be applied. But as long as we're in this body, bringing all this information and code and transmissions and downloads down, we know that the human heart is the center of it. We know this. How we feel, how we think, and how we act. How we speak. These trinities are all out there in front of us, waiting to be applied. Every time we meet and connect with one other person, there's a high potential of a trinity energy that can be attained by the energy they create together. We're showing up with pure intention. We're showing up with open hearts. We're showing up with, I've had enough of this shit. Let's get this thing going. This is our coming out party. So, you know, like most of us have been going through, I would even say Soulogy has been going through a deep, deep dive of 2 or 3 months, just like all of us, trying to find our footing, trying to make sense of this new energy that keeps reciprocating. The more that we take things on within ourselves, the more we see the magic that we live in and have always lived in, and we can get past the stories and the Illuminati and the cabal and COVID and vaccines and all the other propaganda and bullshit. There really was a bull shift opportunity for all of us. And we've done this. There's no reason to doubt ourselves anymore. There's no reason at all. We've done enough work to create a shared existence that runs on the present moment. It does not run on the past. It does not run on the future. And if you think about it, those that play the bad actors, the governments, the religions, all these things we set up in our infinite wisdom and genius, they rely on the past and they rely on the future. And we know that the way we break the code is to be present with ourselves and present in the present. And operate off that spontaneous, intuitive, collaborative, imaginative, creative, and with each other, we can do this with ease and grace. I don't care what all the apocalyptic books said. That was all done many, many thousands of years ago when the energy was different and we were different. We have all of those things that we have experienced together. I'm talking about Lemuria. I'm talking about Atlantis. I'm talking about the Orion Wars. I'm talking about the inner earth. I'm talking about each and everything. And we control it all by our outlook. And we know this by now. We know it's not always easy, but not to pick a side, not to hold on to a prejudice or a bias, and to be straight up fucking truthful with ourselves from the soul, because the soul will speak to us in that capacity, and there's nothing wrong with an F-bomb when you're speaking eye to eye with the universe, because that's what the I am soul is. Got a little excited there. Music compliments of Ty Hudnall. I'm going to play a little bit more of his music. You know, there's 55 people in the house. I've been pretty much incognito, and for quite a while, like I said, I think a lot of people have been for the last 2 or 3 months, some a little bit longer, maybe some a little bit less. But, you know, make no doubt about it, we are headed into one hell of a year, and we know come March 1st, it's going to be booming. But in between now and then, like with most of these spikes that we have that we're now getting used to throughout the cyclical year, not based on the calendar, not based on time, but based on the seasons, right? We're realizing that we're being prepared more and more and more, but there's something different now. There's something totally different now. We have created this connection. As much as we doubted ourselves, all of us, and I'm not just talking about Soulogy, I'm talking about the connectivity that we have with the information that we have shared with each other and what we pulled in ourselves, and this telepathic, intuitive consciousness that is becoming more and more palpable, that's taken on more and more of a physicality. We recognize this in each other, and it's important to open up and continue to share whatever the subject may be. This isn't about proving somebody wrong or somebody right. This isn't about comparing us to anyone else. This isn't about saying, hey, those people aren't awake. This ain't about saying, hey, this war over here, this side is right and this side is wrong. War is not in our consciousness anymore. The war gene, the competition, the comparison. We carry this with us or we don't. And we're being asked to equalize these things at a higher and higher level. So that's why many people can go to social media now and they spend a lot less time there, because we are seeing the intricacies of everything. We are seeing how subtle and deep these prejudices and biases and programming and well, what would you say? I would say code, but like virus code. That was how deep it goes. So, you know, every day there's a higher truth, and every single day the universe is offering us a higher level of awareness at a faster and faster rate, and it's coming in so fast. Our personal downloads and what we're seeing and how we're seeing it, okay, it's becoming incredible. It comes so fast that we don't even have time to write it down or tell somebody about it. We've learned a lot about ourselves over these last few years, but certainly over these last few months. It's been an incredible closing out of the old as we've come into the new. And here we go again with the thoughts that we carry forward. Are we stuck on that grid that operates off the past or the future? Or are we in this present conscious space with each other and acknowledging it and not having to know all the answers, just saying, hey, this is where I want to be? Something like that. 72 people in the house. These numbers are crazy. So I don't know. I'm just making this up. I'm honestly, I've done many shows over the years, many thousands of shows, and remixes and productions. So I feel like that I'm just looking for something new here. I can tell you something. I don't believe Soulogy is going to be going away. Morgan and I have spent a lot of time talking about it. We've talked about it with other people slowly and surely. There's nothing to rush into, not with our own personal lives, not with Soulogy, not with any enterprise, as we are in these 5D plus frequencies and vibrational fields. Everything is new. I've been told since 2011, whatever you do, don't do anything that's been done before. And it's like many things, it's taken on a greater and greater and greater meaning as we become more and more conscious and as our awareness has grown. So, I believe we'll be seeing more of Soulogy. I believe the collaborators that have helped us start the Soulogy network and myself all gained from the experience so far, and I hope to continue doing that. I just want to say everybody that was involved and has been involved in the network, including subscribers and members that are on the platform. There's like 1,500 of them that are not subscribers, but they see some of the free material. I just want to say thank you for your patience and for allowing me time to on a personal level, to dive deep in myself. We all know we've been through a lot of stuff, and I went through a lot of stuff last year with launching the network and in my relationship with Morgan, and it's all been very powerful and very, very worthwhile. But I feel like that we've always paralleled what's going on in the collective. And when I say that, I'm talking about myself, my relationship with Morgan, Soulogy, but also everybody that I'm talking to, everyone that hears this or feels this. We've all been paralleling this collective growth and expansion. And I feel like it's time we recognize this and acknowledge this. And this is sacred territory, because this is territory that the universe has never experienced before. The past and the present all happen at the same time, Big Bang, all that stuff. But the present, I meant the past and the future, but the present is the present. This is all we have. You cannot prove to me that we go any further than this. I cannot prove to you that we go any further to this. But what we do have is this. This is what it's all about. We've been chasing our tail all along. It's yes, she's still my wife. Everything's good. But yeah, the gift, what we chase, the prize is life. It's living. That's what it is. And coming from this realm, experiencing this realm with all the things that we chose to experience, which was a lot, it created a lot of things. It created fear. It created doubt. It created concern. But now there's a difference. And the difference is almost like we've got nothing to lose. Let's try this. Let's try this together. Let's collaborate. Let's co-create. Let's do something that's never been done before. Let's do something that is atypical, that's unconventional, that goes against society's, perception. The all the BS out there. And another thing that's coming in a lot too is people can't watch the collective or the global news and the mainstream media and all that stuff. Our frequencies, our band of frequencies, will not allow us to do that anymore. But it also, there's another side to it, that when we do become more transparent, when we put ourselves in situations that we're not comfortable with based on the conditioning and the life experiences we've had, just like me here right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have little old loops coming in of doubt and what are you doing and this and that, but keep going, keep going, keep going. And we start doing this and we do this together. And that's what this energy offers on the other side. It's very contagious. It grows beyond exponentially. And and I firmly believe that it's rooted in the human being. It's rooted in how we feel. It's rooted in how we align our mind, not our monkey mind, but our mind, our universal mind with our heart. I call that the I am soul. And I believe that our thoughts, words, and actions are starting to align, and it's based on that Trinity 369. That Tesla talked about, and so many people have written about. The pyramids are based on, and this and that. The universe is based on, and this and that. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, if anybody has a question, I'm not one of those people that's going to answer it. There are no yogis and gurus, and no offense to anyone at all. I'm just saying we are self-sourcing now. We are self-aligning now. We are consciously doing this alone for a long, long time and slowly through time together. And now we're really hitting a massive amount of consciousness, and we're sharing that consciousness very, very quickly. So I would encourage you to put any comments up or anything like that. And I'm just going to catch my breath here for a second. I'm having a cacao ceremony with my brothers and sisters out there. And I just want to say to everybody, you're brave. Thank you for coming. This is the greatest show in the multiverses. Endless gratitude, respect, honor, love, and reverence. All blessings to you and yours. Let's see now. Kelly Bird's in the house. That's an extraordinary soul. Extraordinary soul. Healing, peace, love, and comfort to you, beautiful sister. Bruce is out there making his normal double entendres. Foreplay. Hello, Jane Fitzhenry from the UK. Melly Holmes, how you doing? Coffee Bean Juice. Terry Willette, dear friend. Sweet Shine. Is anyone else struggling with shadow aspects coming up with partners? I don't normally answer those kind of questions, but I will say, hell yeah. But it gets better and better and better. And just like our personal trips, we take everything in, each one of us, we know this innately to take everything within us. And as we do that with the mirror closest to us, it's a hell of an evolution, but it's well worth it. And I believe could arguably be the most powerful physical force on this earth today is two souls in the physical that are doing the work together. And I can speak from some experience, and that's as deep as I'll go. Are you planning on having any in-person gatherings? At this point, I don't know what I'm doing after this, what I'm doing right now, but I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. We've pretty much had the network shut down for a couple of months now. We haven't added anything, and that's all on me. I just want to make sure, and Morgan wants to make sure, and the others that we're involving will all come to whatever we decide to do on a democratic level, on a truly universal level where everyone has an equal vote kind of thing. We know that Soulogy's always played a part in that type of thing, and in really anchoring the Trinity energy, and then to include the 369 in our commerce. But I won't go into all those details. I've done that many, many times over the years. But I think as far as anything coming up, I will say this: today is really, I would say, the most powerful day. It started last night, right after midnight, and I started to really feel the power of the day. And I went to Soulogy. I went to Facebook Memories, which I check, pretty much every day just to see what's happening. You can pick up on what energies are are around from the same time the previous years, but you can learn some things. But anyway, I just started going through it, and there were so many powerful episodes on February the 3rd, and then I just kind of went to sleep saying, you know what, I can't sit here any longer. I know we don't have a plan, a full blown plan. I know it's not all put together. It certainly reminds me of my own life on a personal level at this time, and the way the world looks, and et cetera, in your life. So many people doing things that don't make any sense over the last 3 or 4 years, and finding themselves in a place of a greater abundance, even though that may not be attributed to money. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about. Um, but anyway, I just forgot what I was going to say. But I think what I was basically getting at is just I felt like that I just needed to get on and do the best I can, because that's really what we've been afforded the opportunity to do at this point. Going through all this stuff reminds me of I would say like the first phase. The first phase, is where you're like, okay, the world isn't what I thought. I'm awakened. I've got a greater awareness, and you kind of go through this, this whole validation period, and this, and you expand and you expand and you expand, and then you get to a point and say, okay, now what do I do with this, right? And then you start to seek that, and I feel like we've kind of gone through that and many other things. I'm just saying this is one of the streams of the threads that we've experienced, in my opinion. And then we get to a point that I feel like we just hit, where we actually pop out on the other side. We're physical beings in our bodies. We know we're spirit flesh. We know we're soul in the flesh. We don't know what the extent of that can be, but we do have this innate understanding that it's based on what we believe. And so I feel like the third phase is a conscious collaboration and co-creation, which you could say thrives or is generated by the Trinity energy, which is in so many different forms, both internally and externally. How's it going, everybody? All these comments. Hey, Australia's in the house. Jill Woodworth. Tanya. Hola, amigo. John Bailey. What's up, brother? I've just been in, we've all been in the cave. Maui's in the house. Lahanya. Let's see. As we are all, this is Nicola Barker. Oh, wait, let me back up a little bit. Thank you. Let's see. Sharon Williford, aloha from Lahanya, Maui. All right. Sweet Shine says we are in a galactic activation portal day stretch of 10 days in a row right now. Okay, so that's takes us to what? About the so we said we're in it. Okay, so that takes us to like the 12th or something like that. Let's see, and then and I have a comment on that in a second. Okay, Nicola Barker, as we are all experiencing, and all is real and all is illusion, depending on a point of observation. Do what you choose. It really does not matter. We are free always, unless we think we are not. Yeah, true that. Comments on that. I can do a comment on that too. Let's see what else we got. Mayan Galactic Signatures. And Christine Scoglin's in the house. Yeah, we'll keep on going. Okay, make a pathway, Louise. Let's go back to Sweet Shine's comment. The Galactic Activation Portal Day stretch of 10 days in a row right now. Yeah, I think it was like 2-3 days ago, and I hope this isn't. I mean, this involves Morgan, but it's not like something that'll get me in trouble, and I don't mean it that way. But we're just more careful about the things that we're going to share from this point forward. Everybody's afforded their own private, and I think that's what's happening. People are starting to stay in their own lane, so we're all learning to respect ourselves and our privacy and such, and our personal lives. But 2 or 3 days ago, we both kind of came into it that we needed to go into a fast. So we're in the middle of a 7-day fast. Not in the middle. We're in the second day. But the reason I bring that up is because she does these numbers where she goes through the month and pulls these numbers up. And at the end of that 10-day period, there's this powerful 3-day period. And our fasting runs right up to that, almost like preparation. So I think, it's important, sometimes to offer what you have to maybe help connect the dots for other people. And even if we don't quite understand it all from a rational level, We know we have these other frequencies that are coming in our overall vibrational resonance that people are picking up on because our souls are embodied enough to do it now. And it gets to the brain. It might take 2 or 3 more days, but that's just the way it is. And then to Nicola Barker's comment, yeah, do what you choose. It really does not matter. We are free always unless we think we're not. Absolutely. You know, sometimes, it's helpful to go into meditation, go into communion, lift yourself up into that space where everything is you and just hold it instead of going in all the time. And we've all done it because that's the human nature is we want this answer, we want that answer, but just to go into that space where where I am the I am. I am that. I like to do that. And then I like to come down, back, open my eyes, land, be on my feet, preferably outside, and say, the I am is me. The I am is me. The I am me is the I am soul. It's all the same thing, universal. But anyway, yeah, to her point, I like that because we are walking in two worlds, as she said. We're actually carrying both. And I think for a long time, the accepted line was we need to step out of this one completely and go over here. Well, that may be true or may not. I really don't understand the full universal mathematics, but what I do understand is what she's saying and others have talked about, especially in the last year and a half, where we've really become more humble through the experiences that we've had, through the degrees and the high frequencies and higher thresholds that we've crossed that have come at a I don't want to say at a price, but come through the experience where it's not always comfortable and everything. But the point being is that we're walking in both worlds. We're zero pointing everything, every polarity in this dualistic realm. So there is no exception to any polarity, to include the physical and the non-physical, to include the 3D and the 5D. We're transforming everything, what we call the past, what we call the future. We're bringing everything into equilibrium by the only place that exists, which is the eternal moment, which is right here, right now, the present. Okay, 88 people in the house. Let's see what else is going on. We've got Phoenix is in the house. What's happening? Kelly Bird says, I am so M&F rich. Victor's in the house. Allison Glenn, long time. So many people have been hibernating the last few months. Yes, absolutely. We were just talking about that. Let's see here. God, a lot of comments. Thank you. Let's see. John Ravenwolf Bailey. Each soul perspective is important and needed from each individual for the whole. Absolutely. Hallelujah. Jill Butler, what's going on? Lots of new abilities coming online. Super exciting. See, there we go. It's not just me. This is what I understand. Everybody's understanding it. The more we talk about it and bring it into the physicality, and I believe through the throat chakra, or maybe that the throat chakra is a central point of the overall vibrational resonance that's put out with the information that we have through our voice and just through our energy, through our heart, through our attention. But absolutely, more and more people are hey, Saucy Grace, Nathan, Bushi, Jessica Callahan says a cleanse of all times and realities. Okay, right on. The last few years, yeah. Fiona Mannix is in the house. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. It's so crazy trying to proceed as we move into this incredible year, 2024. And I say that, I don't know the exact start date. I personally believe it's March 1st, but it doesn't really matter. It's more of not what does the calendar say. It's how does it feel? What season are we in? And understanding that we actually control. I know it's going to sound crazy. It's just my own thing, but this is all us. Why do you think some people can control the weather? It's becoming more and more frequent. You're seeing more and more people do stuff. Have you seen this guy on TikTok, Facebook, that stands in front of a table with these cards on the table, and he moves his energy and hits the cards and makes them do different things. I've seen more and more examples of this where people are using their vibrational resonance or their understanding of it using tools and different things. And some people are doing it, just from their body. But it's more and more of that stuff out there. And I think whether you see it in person or not, everybody's feeling it. And I feel like that's becoming more and more obvious. This month has a lot to do with the body. Yes, it does. Fiona McLennan is in the house. Where's another one here? I went through an unintended detox for all of January. Yeah, I think that's another thing too. Okay, so somebody brought up the body, and the body is definitely coming online. We've known this for a couple of years. It's been coming on slowly, but now, to me, it literally has its own voice. It literally has its own intelligence. It's crazy. It's weird, but it literally has the clout in my field that my soul does. Like it's become almost like a tandem there. I don't know if it's becoming one voice or what the case is, but my body tells me everything, and it doesn't always have this huge long explanation. It's more of like that doesn't feel right. And the nervous system. Thank you, Fiona McLennan, for educating us on that over the years. But the nervous system is like the root of it all, right? I mean, it's like you can feel in the core when you're uneasy, and then as you start to balance, you can still feel in your extremities a little bit of tingling, nervousness, and anxiety, whatever you want to call it. So really, the body is speaking to us in ways it never has before. And remember, we've come a long, long way. Even if we just look at this lifetime, even if we just look at 2012 and since then, even if we've just looked at the last few months, right? I mean, it's unarguable, and again, I think it's also a ground or a higher ground that we've reached where we don't even have to talk about that. We can just talk about where we're at, and that's it. Where we're at and where we're going, real time. Diane Ketterholm, are you going to reunite in Arkansas with the Celestial event with Pamela Higher Vibrations? I don't know. We talked about that earlier. I don't know what I'm going to do. Right now, all I know I'm doing is what I'm doing right this second. This is literally the energy that I've been feeling that's coming on stronger and stronger every day. And, I joked 3 or 4 years ago that the day would come when we would not be able to have a calendar at Soulogy. A calendar of what these shows are coming on this month and this and that. And I don't know that that's not going to actually happen. I just know that I've been led today after a culmination of solitude that will continue, after a culmination of understanding that not to force anything, to let everything come to you. We're in a magnetic scenario right now, or I would say the magnetics are more powerful and more comprehensible than they ever have been before, and that's a powerful combination. But so, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. We've pretty much shut down, like I said, the network for the last couple of months, and but we're not going anywhere. We're just not operating off of schedules and timelines and deadlines. Whatever we do, we want to do it right, and that's what I feel like is really a reflection of what we're all doing. Just to do what we feel is right. Do what feels right now. To not make any plans too far out in the future, and just go with what what's in front of you right now. It's a scary place to be, and I think that's what's made a lot of people go into solitude, including myself, is where you're trying to figure out, how does this energy work? It's not a bad thing, but the other old energy is not working anymore. Everything's becoming more clear. It's coming in so fast. The understanding, the exchange of information, the experience itself, that we, like I said before, we don't even have time to write it down, tell you what's going on. But what I have been getting is to get back to it. Get back to it. Don't do anything that's been done before. Speak to the present. Keep it in the present. Get the carrot on the sticks out of our face, and for the last time, let the past go, because it doesn't matter how you got here. Okay? It doesn't matter. What matters is we're here. That's all we have. That's it. All right? And this is where the power is. When we can become balanced and grateful and courageous and unconditionally loving, 100% compassion, meaning no judgment, in this present moment together, even in a situation like this right now, anything and everything is possible. There's nothing off the board because the channels are clearer and clearer and clearer. Hello, Hannah. Moved from Turkey to Scotland on 2/2/24. Somebody said, okay, here we go. Nathan Bushi. And Nathan's been around a long time in Soulogy. Thank you, Nathan. He says the new Kali Yuga cycle on the edge of the Aquarius age has amped energies to a historic level. I think he says CMEs as well. While thinning the veils, dimensions allowing things, etc., to be seen, for what they are. And that's a very challenging thing too, because as we are moving to a greater and greater, because everything's infinite, nothing, we never have an ED on the end. We're always ascending. We're not ascended, but okay. Yeah. So I lost my thread. Let me go back to his comment and I'll remember. So the new Kali Yuga cycle on the edge of the Aquarius age has amped energies, etc., to a historic level while thinning the veil. Okay, I remember now. So as we move into a greater and greater expanse of true compassion, which means for every degree of greater compassion that we have one less degree of judgment. So as we move into a less and less and less just judgmental state, these things that we're seeing in others, which is ultimately something in ourselves, we are faced with moments of prejudice, moments of bias. And it's important to remember that these things that are showing themselves to us are making us uncomfortable for a reason. And we've now reached a point where we can handle the trauma of its association with ourselves. All right. And so thank you for that comment. Alasa, what's happening? I believe you're in Florida. Yeah. Good to see you. We're now in interstellar mode, she says. Very cool. Let's see. Gregorian calendar has always been a joke, absolutely. But there's many jokes out there, and they're all part of the grand design that we put together ourselves. There's nobody pulling the wool over our eyes, and there's no bad guy out there. There's no boogeyman. If we're in that situation and we want to have that experience, that's fine, and we can have that at many, many different levels. Many, many different levels. But I believe we came here to expand our soul and on a collective scale that's possibly never been seen before, to transform new creations, new universes, new everything, right? Okay, here's another one. Fiona McLennan, the scales have been dropping from our eyes at great speed. Hang on. I think she just hit the nail on the head. I think she meant the veils. Good God, there's a lot of coming in fast. Okay, they've been dropping from our eyes at great speed, heavy yet exciting, harrowing yet expansive. True. I mean, this is capturing it. And what better way to know that you are becoming more and more centered, more and more neutralized, more and more zero-pointed, that by the process itself. In other words, that's the walking in two worlds. So like she said, it's harrowing and expansive at the same time. It's heavy yet exciting at the same time. So we're actually zero pointing. The process itself is reflecting that characteristic, as well as the you might say the outcome or the steps that we take toward the center. Very cool. Let's see here. We got 111 people in the house. Thank you very much for coming in. Okay. Let's try a little music. Ty gave me some music. Major purging going on. Let's see what we got here. Just break it up for a second. Let me test the sound. That's a funky beat. John Ravenwolf Bailey says the old human condition will make things more complicated than needed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I'm going to use this music later. Can you tell me if how the vocal sounds to the music is one too high, one too low? Hey, Dor, what's going on? We're just having a little fun here. Just trying to check the tech. Let's take it to another. Let's go here. Here we go. Compliments of Ty Hudnall. And you can find him at let's see. Dang it. Galactic Soul Dub. Galactic Soul Dub on SoundCloud. It's our friend Ty. Let's see here. Okay, sounds good. 2011, I was in Arizona. I was told humans have no idea, and it's true still today. Fiona McLennan, really great book on healing, collective trauma, and spirituality from a nervous system perspective. It's called Attuned by Thomas Hubble. All right. Yeah, I think we're just making it up as we go. Michelle Trudeau Bruce, long time no see. She says the magic of the forever now. Frequency of truth lied in the way. And our sister Kelly Bird says, what's happening? What's coming is the most amazing, wonderful now. And our Soulogy Court Jester Bruce on YouTube says psychodrama. I don't know. I just feel like that this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to just be ourselves and do those things we always wanted to do or try. And one of the differences now is that we do when we do it with others, even if it's one other. I started in the mirror, doing it in front of the mirror for years. There's something powerful. And it's not about the quality of the production or the perfection of somebody's voice or the way they can rhyme or the way they speak or phrase things. It really has to do with their intention from the heart. So I'm here to share with you and do my best to be an example. And I'm seeking a higher level of illumination through those mirrors that I've experienced this life with. Dora Niemeyer just finished a real difficult thing. Happy to be here. Happy to see you. We were just talking about the polarity of the process where it's, heavy and expansive at the same time. John Bailey says we must always follow our passion in the moment. Alasa says we reflect back to each other, and that infinitely nets reality creation at all realms. May Britt's in the house from Northern Norway. Many of these names I've been seeing since like 2013 or 2014. It's good to see you. Ooh. So I wonder if Sasha Grace wants to come in and lend her voice to this production, or if anybody else would like to come in and drop a few bars or sing a little song or whatever you like to do. Got 88 people in the house. That music's nice, though. That's one thing I've learned hanging around with Ty for the last year and a half and doing music with him is at night or when I go on my walks in the bayou, I just turn on this instrumental music and I don't have to think any words. It's got its own message. And I can promise you, like many of you and the things that you create when Ty Hudnall makes these instrumentals, when he makes this music, he's got conscious intention. And I believe that's really another way to describe how we are conducting our life now. It's with conscious intention. So everything that we do, we have a conscious intention, and it's powerful, and it moves past anxiety, doubt, death, and all those things. Okay, Sasha, it's all good. Barb Bradley. I'm going to kill the music for a minute because I don't have the sound right in my head. I think it's okay for y'all, but it's really loud in my head. It's hard for me to hear anything. But I wanted to see over here where Barb Bradley, another one that's been around a long time, Jenny Runco too, learning how to allow and love during the times when it's uncomfortable, balancing and being. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. And again, there's this polarity in the actual experience. You know, we think, okay, well, I'm going to balance these two polarities, and I'm going to end up over here somewhere in front of me, and they'll be neutralized. And that may or may not be true, but what she is talking about, and two others had talked about in their own way, is that in the process itself, you have these moments where you're balancing the polarity, as she's talking about, with it being uncomfortable on one side. And as she says, which is a great way to put it, learning how to allow and love on the other side. I mean, that's a pretty good description, right? Where we know that we need to do the right thing. We know we need to take the high road. We know we need to turn the other cheek. We know we need to forgive. We describe it so many different ways. But at the basis of all that is this innate knowing of what we are that's become further and further embodied, and it's making it easier. But it's still, we feel the little pings and we feel the little imbalances and the uncomfortableness as we get through this process. So I think that's a really good takeaway for this 48-minute and 48-second broadcast is for today. First of all, is we tried something different. I've never actually done this, where I've actually spent a good part of an hour taking in all the comments and not doing it from an instructive standpoint where we just talk, and everyone has code, everybody has wisdom, everybody has transmission in every word that they're speaking and writing. So I really feel like that the big takeaway so far today is that to know that if you're uncomfortable, be it physical, emotional, mental, or whatever the case may be, to know that, to look at it from an energetic level, or understand that we've embodied it enough at an energetic level or a soul level, however you want to put it, to know that it's not going to last, and there is an expansion that's occurring at the same time, and there is going to be a pop to the other side, because this is what we keep doing. We keep popping onto the other side, and sometimes, like 11-11-11, you have this huge pop, and I believe we'll have another one at the end of this month, if not sooner. Not that I'm one of those people that knows that stuff. Let's see here. Where can we find Ty's music? Okay. Let me actually pull that up real quick, because I think we should. He deserves for us to pull that up. Let's see. Boom. Okay, so this is SoundCloud. I know he's got Vimeo, but this is his latest one. We used this one this past Monday. If you listen to that, the session that we did, this is the music. And I asked him, "Do you have that music by itself?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it." But let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how to. So this is SoundCloud. He's Galactic Soul Dub, I believe is the name of it on SoundCloud. Galactic Soul Dub. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah. So thank you for asking. Boom. And I will tell you too that if you go to Ty's Facebook, he does quite a bit of stuff. If you go to Reels and to videos, I know he captures all the stuff we do on Mondays, but he also does a lot of stuff and has done a lot of stuff over the last year and a half. And he doesn't just do the music; he also does the visuals, which is pretty cool. All right, let's get back on this. Tanya Reeve is here from Australia. What's happening? 99 people in the house. I keep mentioning the numbers because they keep doubling. Susan Bornstein, I am fully embracing the creative process, still trying. Let's see here. And then Susan says, that is the conscious intention and unconscious intent. There you go. The knowing and the unknowing. I like that. The conscious intention and the unconscious intent. Yeah. I used to say that space in between conscious thought and intuition, right? Like this little space, like when you breathe and it stops for a second and then you go back out. Let's see here. Bruce says playing in character. Barb Bradley saying she is exploring her creativity as well. And I think a lot of people are. Yeah. Sherry Matson living in the moment. Susan Bornstein says, I should be putting these up there. What am I doing? How do I do that? Boom. Everything is a creative process, even putting on my sock. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Let me just make sure. Here's another comment. Let me see. Let me just put it up here. Boom. John Ravenwolf Bailey. We often forget that in the trinity of positive and negative and neutrality, the place of peace and wisdom is within neutrality itself. From this, we do not react or respond; we observe. Yeah, and I think that's another thing that you're hearing of a lot of people say is so many experiences. Yes, Fiona. Hang on. I forget so many experiences where people will be saying, man, this was weird, this happened, that happened. And it could be like something that made them really uncomfortable or even was a little painful or they suffered a little bit or not. And they'll say it was so weird because this was all happening and I was the observer. Even in situations where of themselves, right? Or they were just with themselves. Let's see. Is Soulogy on Instagram? Soulogy is on no. Well, it is, but we don't use it. But it's on, and we have a SoulogyNetwork.com. Don't forget about that. You can go in and sign up. It doesn't cost anything. We also have a subscription thing, but there's quite a few people, 1,500 people they're just signed up. There's a lot of free stuff on there, and there will be a lot more. Back to Fiona. We're going to do a chant. Okay, we're going to do a chant. So I need to find her. Where are you at? You on Facebook or YouTube? I'm going to put the music back on. I'm going to get Fiona the link, and then I'm going to come back. So let me turn the music on. Boom. Let's do this one. Let's see. Wait, let's do this one. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Fiona, I sent it on your Facebook Messenger. All right, we're going to do a little chant. We're coming up on 55 minutes and 55 seconds on the broadcast. So check Ty out at SoundCloud. Give the brothers props, and we'll be. I'll get that information where it's a little easier to understand and more precise in a future broadcast. Okay. All right, so we got 88 people in the house. We're bouncing between 88 and about 111 earlier. Fiona's been around Soulogy a long, long time. Sherry Matson has. May Britt, a long, long time. Dorothea, a long, long time. Bruce, forever. And John Bailey, I was going to say that, John Ravenwolf Bailey. He's been on social media for quite some time. We did a few collaborations. In fact, I think we were involved in some of the first shows that Soulogy actually produced for other people. John, that would have been like 2017. Has it been that long? All right. Let's see here. So Fiona's going to be coming in soon. Oh, man. Don't you hate when you plug your phone in and it's not actually plugged in? Okay, here she comes. Turn that off. All right. Let me kill the music. Oop. All right. Let's see here. I don't see you. Hello?
Am I here?
Yes.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Go ahead.
Hey, Todd. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Heck yeah, we're live. What are you talking about? You know, I don't do anything unless I'm live. Let me test your voice.
Wow.
Shit, mine's too loud.
Hello, voice.
You're
How's
good.
it going?
You're good.
I'm good. I love those little blue dots that whenever you move forward, that background that you've got puts these blue dots on your forehead like this. It's beautiful.
That is a really. Speaking of geometric geometry in the forehead, it looks like you got some going on. Wow, that's wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I can't see any geometry on my forehead.
Well, you have a little bit of the pixelation, and I don't know. I see a lot of things.
I think I've got. My reception is, we're really, really remote, and because it's too hot, because we're in the wet season, amazing. To be outside, I've got to be inside, and the reception's kind of dodgy, and I'm having to hold my phone with my hand, which I really don't like. But the call was very strong to do this chant. I'm actually holding it with the arm that's been damaged and had orthopedic surgery. So that's kind of cool.
Well, let's jump into it because I don't want you to be too uncomfortable. Either that or put it down. But if you want to, let's go into the chant. Are you ready to go into the chant?
I am. I'm thinking, I don't know if the reception, are we able to turn our camera around on this thing or not?
Yeah, you should be able to. If you put your finger on the screen, it might pop up some icons and you might have one there. I can't turn it around for you.
Oh, here we go. Does this turning around bit? Touching? Oh, well, no, this is just showing me, myself, and you're gone. Are we still together?
Yeah, we're still together. You're good. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. Or turn the phone like that. Just turn it.
Well, I'm thinking that because while I'm chanting, I had wanted to be looking at something more interesting. This is a really beautiful Aboriginal painting. Is it showing that? Are you actually seeing it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're seeing that painting because I could just hold it like that.
No, no, I gave you.
Um,
I got you on the screen. You got the whole screen.
and it's
Uh oh. Well, that didn't work.
coming
Okay.
back. Here I
Okay.
am.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we
Yeah.
showing the beautiful painting?
Yes, right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, fantastic. So
Mm.
I'd just like to say before I start chanting, um, it's very, I studied traditional Vedic chanting where with Sanskrit, the higher and lower notes and the length of time that you hold them is the medicine and is the grammar, actually, is the grammar of Sanskrit, because Sanskrit was handed down to be sung. And so the grammar is
Shit.
in where the notes land and how long you might hold them. And it's very, very beautiful. And it's the chant of Durga. And it's my favorite, my absolute favorite, and has traveled with me. And one of the sayings that is associated with Durga, who is seen as the demon goddess, the demon slayer, actually, the demon slayer. She has 8 arms and lots of swords. And I personally think she's deeply misunderstood because her saying that I associate with her is fierce boundaries in order to enable boundless compassion. And from that, what I take and in my journey is the idea that sometimes when people and spiritual crew are looking at oneness and we are one and all that stuff, boundaries get a bad rap because it's like, no, no, we don't want any boundaries. We're just free and all that stuff. And what Durga is telling us is that in order to, what she told me and in my life, that in order to enable that state of boundless compassion that is my chosen state, there are some people and situations that I need to have those really solid boundaries because if they get too close to me, then I start judging. I lose the compassion. I lose the compassion for their intrinsic humanity, certain behaviours or actions or whatever. And so therefore I need them to be further back and that boundary needs to be there. So Durga is, she has these fierce boundaries and any demons that come over her boundaries, she's going to slay their ass, but she's going to slay their ass with boundless compassion for how they came to be what they are. And it would be her preference, in my opinion, that they just stayed on the other side of the boundary so she doesn't have to slay their ass. Anyway, don't know if any of that made sense, but now I am going to chant. I don't even
Ex.
know if we're still here. Are we still here? We are still here.
Yeah.
You
Excellent. You're
still there,
good.
Todd?
Yeah. Yeah. You're good. You're great.
Yep, you're there. All right, so here we go. We're chanting it.
You cut out. Oh. Where'd she go?
Oh, no, I'm
Okay.
back. I'm
Hang
back.
on.
All right, I'm back. Am I
Something's.
back?
Yeah. Let's see.
Am I back now? Yeah.
Boom. Oh well, kinda. I
Am
don't
I
know.
boom? Can
What?
you hear me?
Hang on. I'm getting you. Let me see here. I'm trying to find you. Okay, there you are.
Have I disappeared?
I
There
don't
I
know what's
am.
happened.
Can you see?
I don't know what's happened to the
Yeah.
screen. Keep. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep
All right.
going.
Okay. I'm going to start chanting. All right.
Okay, we got you.
Okay. Om Jata Vedase Sunavama Sumamaratyatu Nidahati Vedaha Sanaf Parshadati Durgoni Vishvana Viva Sindhun Durita diagnihi. Magnirvarnam tapasajvalantim vairojanim karma paleshu jushatam. Durogon Devi Gung Saranamaham Prapadye Sutarasi Tarase Namaha Agni Tvam Paraya Navyo Asman Savasti Bahirate Dorogani Vishava Puscha Prithvi Bahulana Urvi Bahava Tokaya Danayaya Shayo Vishvanino Durugaha Jataveda Sindhuna Nava Turita Tiparshi Agni Atrivan Manasagranano Smakan Bhutva Vita Tanu Nam Ritanajidagung Sahamana Magri Mugragung Uvema Paramat Sadhasta Sanaf Parshadate Dorogani Vishva Samadevo Ate Durita Diagnihi Pratnoshi kamidyo advareshu sanacha hota navyascha satsi svam chagne tanovam pipriyas vasmabhyamcha Saubhagama Yajasva Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dihimahi Tando Durgif Prachu Dayat Om Prachodayat Om Prachodayat Om Prachodayat Om Prachodayat Om Prachodayat Hmm.
Wow. That was pretty
Hmm.
cool. That there was a couple of I'd say like 4 or 5 times you hit a certain resonance and it sounded like there were two voices and one was masculine. The one that came in was masculine.
Mm,
It was like harmonizing with you. It was powerful. Yeah, you go back and listen
mm,
to it. Though
mm.
you go back and listen to it. You'll hear a second full, more baritone come in while you're still doing your thing. It's really cool,
I can
powerful.
imagine. I mean, Kali, because Durga was apparently born out of Kali's forehead. So the story goes. So she's like Kali's daughter. So she is very wrapped up in the sacred feminine, but the sacred feminine of a Kali type nature, which again can be misunderstood as the destroyer, Kali the destroyer. But in fact, all she does is destroy everything that's not love,
That's right.
which is a lot. So maybe there's a lot of destroying going on. But, it's a bit how it's going right
I
now.
think that I
For
think there
all
is.
of us. There's so
I
much
think there.
destroying. Mm.
Yeah, so many deaths, so many identity deaths, which is cool. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Painful.
it's
Mm.
yeah. You know, maybe some of the stuff we're getting into now is I don't know. I you've been around, God, for how long? Since 20, Soulogy, like 2015 or 16. Hour and 11
Mm.
minutes and 11 seconds. Uh,
All
but
right.
I think it's like this retelling, the retelling.
Mm.
But we're in a
Mm.
different place, right? Like when we were first retelling, there was a part of us, and it's understandable, all of us, as we were seeking this thing out, this thing that we got. Hey, I'm more than this. And the channelings, transmissions, informations, and then we tried to express it one way or the other, and there was some level of identification with that. And it's like we've come out on the other side now, and not only have we put to bed the identities from our conditioning, but the identities that helped us access this state of being now. And so it's a very
Mm.
egoless kind of thing, and it comes out in, this isn't rocket science, vibrational resonance. And I believe that's
Mm.
just what
Mm.
I just witnessed with you those 4 or 5 times. If you go back and listen to it, and you can hear this like come in, like,
Mm.
and
Mm.
it would just be for
Mm.
1, 2 beats, maybe. That very cool. I've seen this
Mm.
happen before over the years at different Soulogy things. Like I remember seeing,
Mm.
it was Ty's music backing up at the first Soulogy Fest, and Shakina Rose
Mhm.
and Kalina Malnor got up on stage, and they did like this duet of light language, and
Mm. Mm.
and above their heads during the song, as I was watching it from under the tent, I could see geometry form at like
Mm.
4 or 5 times during the
Mm.
song, just like with you. 4 or 5 times, this
Mm.
geometry formed over their head, and it had a color. It had like green and orange.
Mm.
It was very much the same type of
Mm.
experience. Yeah. So
And I think that, when you're talking about all this, we've all been, well, many people have been working their whole lives or for 10 years or for 20 years or whatever, um, trying to seek and find that internal peace and, the identity and dropping the identity, and it's just, I feel like at the moment we're embodying it, which is a very different thing that for so long, in the body, and as everyone's coming into the body and actually embodying the felt sensations of things and experiencing through the body, as opposed to the body got a really bad rap for a very long
yeah,
time in spiritual and religious since the beginning of time. The body's been considered everything from a meat suit to, shameful or, to be overcome, when in fact this under our skin is the most
that's
extraordinary
right.
piece of technology that is way beyond AI and is way beyond, and that our natural birthright capacity when we are embodied is so much more than AI could
Oh
ever
yeah.
be. And due to the electromagnetic link between us and the earth and us and spirit and God and whatever you want to call it, that AI cannot and will not have. And I think that this at this time, and that's why it's so full on. It's really full on, because a lot of us are like, I thought I'd done this shit, and the oldest, deepest stuff that we just thought we've been doing for so long, it's like, hello, here I am, the darkest corners, and shit, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, I just thought that was over. And it's like, nah, it wasn't over, because for so long we have been navigating this stuff as an intellectual construct almost completely. And our divine higher minds, they're beautiful, but without the embodiment and the nervous system, which I see as the feminine, and the mind and the operation of the mind is more the masculine qualities, and without the sacred marriage of the body and the mind, we've just been tipping the iceberg again and again and again, and then we go, hallelujah, oh my God, I've got it, I've made it, and we're still on the tip of the iceberg. But right now, fucking hell, that iceberg is going whoop. Have you ever seen an iceberg like come up out of the ocean, and it's like, here's the shit, and you got to embody it, and you got to feel it, not think about it, not think about your feelings, not talk about your feelings, but experience it, embody it. There's a reason embodiment means the absolute quintessential essence of something. So I think that's what's happening for us all now, and it's heavy, but it's beautiful. And even me, who has been practicing and teaching and studying and regulating my own nervous system for 7 years, and I'm still in that same place with everybody else. I may be able to navigate it in a different way, and I may be able to receive the massive sorrow and anger and whoa shit that's going on for me and around me, and I may receive it in a different way, but I'm bloody receiving it. Yeah, it's been massive. So anyway, bloody blah from me.
Hallelujah.
68. I was born in 68. It's showing me we've
Amen.
got 68 people. I was born in 68.
Now there's 71.
Now there's 71.
They keep bouncing. Wow,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Yeah, that was a great
Yeah.
that was a great summation right there. Well, okay.
Awesome.
Thank you
So
for coming
cool
in.
to be here with you. It's been
I
a few
know,
years.
yeah. Tell me
Lots of
about
love.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, a great way to close it out. Yeah, I really appreciate you, and I love the fact that you came in. It's like weaving again. Yeah, I know we've done this so many times. I can
Well,
remember.
I'm a little bit, I've got a bit of vanity going on because I had to cut all my hair off. See, hey, does everybody want to see my amazing scar? Like, oh my God, it's huge. Okay, I'll stop trying to show you my scar. I want to show everyone my scar from my orthopedic surgery, but I had to cut all my hair off. So my hair was like almost down to my waist, big curly mop, and I had to cut it off because I couldn't use this arm to put my hair up. So it was good for me because I could feel myself going, no, I don't want to get on there. Well, my hair's not done. It's all spazzy and, and I was like, Fiona,
Good
stop
luck.
it. Get
When
on.
the soul calls, you know what happens. You don't get any
That's it.
choice. None at all. Yeah.
All right. Well, now I don't know how to get off, so you have to kick me off. How do I get? I don't know what to do.
Hang on. No, I got you. I'm just trying to get my tech right. You're helping me do it. Oh yeah, I can get you off. Okay. Hey, give your son a third eye kiss from Uncle Todd. All right.
I will. He's 6'3" now at 15. He's bloody enormous.
He's bigger than I am. Geez, 6'3".
I will.
Oh my
God. And size 14 feet. He's going to be bloody enormous.
Okay, instead of giving him a third eye kiss, why don't you just shake his hand from Uncle Todd? Dap him up. I will. Dap him up. Give him a handshake and a hug, like they do these days.
I will.
All right.
A strong male handshake, yes.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Right. Wow, that was pretty cool. Cool lady. Beautiful sister. Many beautiful brothers and sisters out there. Many beautiful brothers and sisters, no doubt. Yeah. May Britt says she does not look her age. Let me fix this daggum thing. I don't know why this thing got all screwed up. All right, let's see here. So maybe we'll do this again later in the day. See if I can make this work. There you go. Get to see May's face. All right. So it was good catching up with everybody. We've been on an hour, 19 minutes, and 54 seconds. 6:15, Houston, Texas, Central Time Zone. I believe it would be around 1:15 a.m. in UK. And mid-morning down under, give or take an hour or two. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We're just going to roll this out step by step. Just try to reflect our own journeys. Me on a personal level. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be continuing to do what I've always done and do it in a different way. So again, I think it parallels what's happening with everybody and everything that we've created together, including Soulogy. So I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea where it's headed. I think we'll see a lot of the same faces that we've had before and that have been with us, and that both in the past, the distant past, and over the years, right up to the last few weeks. It's all going to unfold. There's no rush, no force. We're just going to let it dance with us. So hopefully I'll see you back here a little bit later in the next few hours, I would imagine. And maybe we'll play some videos and that type of thing, or see whatever happens, or bring some more people up on camera like Bruce. Just take it one step at a time. So just remember, if you want to go, if you feel a little crazy, just remember where you can go, where all the crazy people hang out. And crazy's not crazy anymore. Peace out, brothers and sisters. See you when I see you.